Be human.
So I have a question for everyone, but we're going to really start off with Frank. The question becomes, if you could travel back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self? Well, believe it or not, there is now a systematic study that explores the advice people would give to their younger selves. And this was reported in the Journal of Social Psychology, and the findings show that people's advice to their younger selves is overwhelmingly focused on prior relationships, educational opportunities, and personal worth. So most participants said that the advice they offered was also tied to a pivotal event in their past, such as a time they were bullied, a relationship breakup, or an incident involving alcohol or drugs. And about half the time they had regret for what had happened. So Frank, if you could travel back in time, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Put myself up for adoption.
Wow, that is a choice.
Yeah. Like just put a sign out and say, $10, take me home. But, I mean, I'm not lying. Okay.
That's what makes it so
spin the roulette
fun.
wheel of parenting, I think I probably would have landed somewhere a little better.
But you turned out great.
But you turned out great, Frank.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. But I think I would ask for a psychologist or go to the school counselor hourly.
Hourly? It's like in between classes, like the break, that's when you go see the counselor every time.
Will you be my mommy?
Are you asking me this question?
Sure.
I will not be your mommy, but
okay.
I think
But thank you.
I think the advice I would give my younger self would be, don't talk to Frank Gaskell. That would probably be
That would have been my advice to the younger Dave as well. Like, turn left that pivotal moment when you turned right and you guys met.
See that kid you met in college that first day?
Yeah, right.
Just keep walking. Just walk
walk
go
on by.
past.
Right.
Just keep on going.
You know, I am relatively free of angst about my childhood, and the only thing that I can think of that I would tell my younger self is stick with a musical instrument. Like I played guitar for 2 years, and then I gave it up, and now I really regret that I have no musical talent or ability, can't play a musical instrument, can't sing.
And that is so true. He has zero musical.
No, that is true. I mean,
talent.
that is.
I've gone
You are
to
tone
enough
deaf.
concerts with you to realize, like, wow, what's that sound coming from the guy next to me?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't. I try not to think about this too much, but I don't really feel like I have the regret gene in my brain. I don't lament a lot of things in the past. I do think that knowing now, like how much, how infrequent I've seen my brother and my dad, I might have not taken for granted as much of that social interaction, that time together. But again, that wasn't completely my decision, or like I didn't have control over that. But in terms of like things that I've done or didn't do, like, regrets is for Frank.
Regrets are for Frank.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. I don't think I would say I'm similarly. I don't have a lot of regrets because I learned a lot of things. And I think I would take a similar path to Jonathan and actually just give myself some advice about quality time and trying to live in the present moment and not care as much about what people think or say.
Now, I know this is a little off topic, so I'm going to say this very quickly before we shift to our trending topic. But Frank's talking about I would put myself up for adoption. I am adopted.
Me too.
But my dad is also adopted. He is one of 3 boys. And when he was really young, about age 3, his parents decided, we don't want to be parents anymore. So they gave up their 3 boys to like a family friend, but they all lived in the same town. So
That's
he
insane.
grew up bumping into his birth parents and just constantly being reminded that like my parents didn't want to raise us because it like cost too much to keep buying shoes for children.
Wow.
I didn't know this.
That's a crazy
So,
story.
Frank,
I did not know that.
you know, Frank, when you think about like, could things be worse. You know, there are some stories that are genuinely horrific that are not your
Yeah,
experiences.
it's true. That's true. Thanks for building me up there, Hedley.
Way to go. Well, if you have thoughts about that, we'd love to hear from you. You can write us at feedback@shrinktank.com and drop us a note, or you can send us a tweet on the tweeter box.
Oh, my God.
Shrink_tank.
Wow.
If you could send a Western Union about your thoughts and comments, we would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching this Being Human segment from the Shrink Tank podcast. To watch the full episode, click here, or to check out previous episodes, click here.